guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Okay, so Global has got their thank you celebration going. Remember that the thank you celebration for, Global in November and December, they combine a whole bunch of different parts of JP's year into these just sort of massive sort of holiday season on Global, right? Like we get Golden Week, Tanabata's pulled, a lot of the stuff is pulled and sort of put in spots right here, right? This part for JP, this was the Wish strips, which comes out literally, this came out with Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then, the Tanabata banner and stuff like that. It's part of the Tanabata celebration. Whereas with Global, they do sort of break pieces of it off and put it in different places throughout November and December, right? The Tanabata banner itself, which will have the Blue Fusions on it, Blue Goku and Vegeta, Gohan and Goten, that should come out, I think, on Christmas Day, right? Whereas here, they're dropping this right now, right? Now, you are going to be able to get, I believe, 7 of these in total, but that would, provided you would use your Purunga wishes to get them as well, which, might not be the worst idea, especially if you're a new player, but keep in mind that the Purunga wishes are very strong. You really, really want to think long and hard, depending upon what Purunga wish you want to make, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through all of the different characters that are available with the gift cards. I'm just going to highlight some characters that are very, very good that you might want to think about getting. Maybe some characters that are good in some of the different modes and stuff like that. So we'll kind of go through and we'll talk about that. So the gift cards right here. So this Goku is a very good piece for that Hero and Villain Extermination at easy area. You don't want to select him. This Goku is a very good support type unit, but I don't think you really want to go for him. This Vegeta is a pretty strong defensive unit, but definitely don't want to go for him. This Kid Buu is just fodder. This Goku right here needs an easy A badly, but right now he's just fodder. You don't go for him. Unfortunately, this God Goku is fodder. You don't go for him. This Golden Frieza is definitely a very solid unit. He has a good damage reduction. He's a good defensive unit, but there are a lot of different Golden Friezas that are good, right? So because of that, with the Int Golden Frieza being good, having defensive stacking, with the Tech Golden Frieza being a Dokkan Fest and being, in my opinion, probably still one of the top 5 best EZA units, or at least top 10, I guess, because the Prime Battle LR has changed that a little bit. So, with all these Golden Friezas, you probably don't want to go for this guy, but he is very good. This Gohan is fodder. You ignore him. He's an EZA unit. This Gohan, same thing as fodder, basically. I would just ignore him. This Mai, pretty much fodder. You ignore her. Okay, so Caulifla. I think this AGL Caulifla is easily one of the better units on this list that you could get with your gift cards, right? But the thing about that is we're talking about Caulifla with her EZA, right? Now, JP got this in June. This was the second part of the Kefla celebration, which again on Global there was no second part to that Kefla celebration. UI Goku was the main banner there on JP, but UI Goku had already been released on Global. So now this Kale and Caulifla EZA is just sort of lost into the I don't know, the shadow realm, I guess y'all could say. I do expect Kale and Caulifla to get their EZA probably sometime in December or maybe at the end of November. I will say this. I do think Kale and Caulifla are going to get their EZA in 2020. I don't think it's going to push beyond that. I think they'll come out probably in December. I think God Toppo and Dispo will come out in December. And then I think we probably will see Super Saiyan 3 Broly as well. Now, this Caulifla is very good. 60% defense on super attack. She has all these different abilities to dodge. She has attack and defense right there. Then she could be super effective against all types if there's a Kale attacking in the same turn. Caulifla is just very, very good. So I would definitely think long and hard about selecting Caulifla. I think she's a very good option right there. Skinny Buu. He just got his Dokkan Awakening on Global from the Exchange Majin Buu Dokkan event. Yeah, he's a top tier option, no doubt about that. He gets, 300% attack and defense for the first couple turns. He's also got 50% chance to dodge. Skinny Buu is legitimately a great option for you to select here. I guess I'll just go ahead and bring him up real quick. But this guy is a legitimate great option, right? Stunning, 300% attack and defense for 7 turns, high chance of dodging. He's on a million different teams. Nothing wrong with going with Skinny Buu. He's very, very good. Dispo gets his EZA, but he's good, but he's only on a few teams. I would honestly say don't really worry too much about Dispo. This Super Saiyan 2 Goku is very good. You could definitely grab him, right? He's very, very strong. And then this Android 18, you could skip her. This Vegeta is decent, but I would definitely say skip him. This Majin Vegeta is getting his EZA in this current celebration for Global. I mean, if you really want to grab him for World Tournament after his EZA, sure, but I don't really recommend him too much. This Super Boost fodder, ignore him. Is this a support Goku right here? Yes, this is. Okay, so this is one of the Super Saiyan 2 Gokus that gets his EZA. He's good, but the only support he gives, right, is Ki. Like, he's a lot stronger himself. The AGL and physical ones, they're the ones that give, like, support type buffs, whereas this Goku just gives Ki, and then he's just, like, stronger offensively and defensively than the other two. But I probably wouldn't really recommend grabbing him. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, you want to skip. This Blue Goku is a wash. Nova's good for the Shadow Dragon team, but that's it. And they just released a new, better version of Nova, so you don't want to go for him. This Vegeta is very good, but I mean, like, Realm of Gods, like, a lot of these teams are just so stacked that he's on. You know, I would think something like, you know, Skinny Boo probably would be a little bit, like, I feel like some of the teams for Skinny Boo, like players could get more use out of that than just, like, a Saiyan like this, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I mean, this guy is good. I would probably lean in towards in another direction, though. This Kid Trunks is solid. This Trunks and then the Goten just got their Dokkan Awakenings here on Global as well, just like Skinny Boo. They're very, very good together. Trunks has an advantage over Goten, in that Trunks' abilities can be activated next to LR Gohan and Goten. So that can make that a very strong and powerful rotation. I use that to no-item Super Tech Extreme Super Battle Road, as a matter of fact. So definitely look into that. Here we have Blue Vegeta. This guy's an easier unit, but I'd probably skip him. Android 18 is fodder. Bra is a nice support type unit, but she's fodder. Skip her. Tapion is old fodder. This guy's a nice unit. He stacks, right? But I'd say no. This Gohan, no. Trunks, no. This Cell's really good, but, I mean, he definitely got a lot better after the Link level update, but I probably would say nah, don't grab him. Same thing with this Golden Frieza as what I was mentioning with the other Golden Frieza. Because there's so many of them, right, I would definitely go in a different direction. But this guy no one talks about, but he's very good. He's a target Goku category support type unit. He does stack defense. He's solid, definitely solid. This Android 18 is a skip. I wouldn't really worry about her too much. You're probably not going to use her too much for these Android teams and stuff like that. Like, if you're at this point, if you're building an Android team, like, you're probably going to want to go almost like full cells and like a Super 17, MVP 17. I don't know that Android 18 really has a place on there. Metal Cooler's super good, but I don't know about going for him. This Android 13 is a skip. This Goten just got his Awakening as well, but I don't know that I'd pick him with one of these gift cards. He is very good, though, right? This Mai is good. Time Traveler support type unit, but not a unit to get with the gift cards. This Videl is fodder. This Zamasu is fodder. This Ribrianne is really good. Like, she, again, if you just swapped her around so that rather than like a Peppy Gal's lead and a Peppy Gal's support and all that, it was like pure Saiyans instead, she'd be like a top 10 T-War. Like, she'd be busted. If you don't have her, grabbing her could be a good idea, but, I mean, there's probably better options on here that would help you in certain stages and stuff like that over her. GT Cell's fodder, ignore him. This Gohan, I'd say ignore him. This Goku is pretty old. I mean, he's still decent, but he's old. I'd skip him. Skinny Boo is only really good against Majin Buu Saga enemies, so I'd skip him as well. STR Beerus is a nice support type unit for worthy rivals, but you don't want to grab him. This 17 is solid, but, I mean, you're probably going to want to run MVP 17 over him, so I don't know. There's... let me pull this Android 17 up real fast, actually. Because him and that in Android 18, like, they are good, but I just don't think that they're units you actually really want to go for. But let me pull them up, just because I don't... some of their details are a little rusty for me. Yeah, so he does stack defense. He is a Rainbow Orb Changer, which is very good. Yeah, the problem is that a lot of what they do, you do need Android 18 next to 17, and then you need a 17 next to Android 18. Yeah, 17 is definitely superior with the defensive stacking, whereas 18 is stacking attack. That's not really too good. That damage reduction is nice right there. Medium chance of evading enemy attack. I've talked a lot about how I don't really go too crazy for that. Like a 25% chance is not really too insane. Whereas this guy gets a medium chance of launching an additional super. He gets that extra chance of doing a crit. Yeah, because of the defensive stacking, that 17 is definitely better. I mean, they're both good. No doubt about that. They're strong units, but I don't know that I'd select either of them. This Goku's fodder. This Goten is good as an orb changer, but I mean, he is starting to age a little bit. He doesn't really hit that hard. He doesn't really defend that great, but orb changing is always valuable. This guy, Goku's fodder. This Goten, I would actually say, is underrated. Very good support type unit for like Super Battle Road and stuff like that, because he is strong offensively and defensively, and then against multiple enemies, he like kicks up a 40% support type buff, which is really good. And he can also stun. So he's a great option for Super Battle Road. This Fat Boo is good for like World Tournament and stuff like that. He's an AoE. He's okay. I don't know that I'd go for him or the Gotenks, but they're okay. This Goku is a great support type unit, but don't go for him. Pan is an okay defensive unit. Don't go for her. All right, God Toppo. So now this, I would say, is really, really a big option right here. God Toppo, after his EZA, easily becomes one of the best support type units in the game. And he's on some very, very big categories as well. Now, this guy's EZA will come alongside LR Jiren, basically. So I would say probably like the end of December, beginning of January range, I think is where we could kind of ticket this guy. So he gets 70% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gives this, all allies 1 key, 40% attack and defense is really good. He lowers enemy defense. This is very important for LR Jiren, because LR Jiren is super effective against all types if the enemy has their attack or defense lowered. God Toppo just passively does it with his passive. The enemy just has their defense lowered like that. So then all of a sudden Jiren is just super effective against all types if he's next to God Toppo, which is really good, obviously. And then he has this little damage reduction ability when HP is under 70% or less. Now, in really difficult events, God Toppo does get hurt quite badly if you don't have this damage reduction ability active. It's just like physical 17, right? This God Toppo is basically just like a better version of physical Android 17, just a little bit stronger, more self-sufficient, I would say. But well, I say self-sufficient, but 17 does give 3 key to the whole rotation, which includes himself. This God Toppo can struggle for key, actually, I've noticed. But, I mean, offensively and defensively himself, he's a little bit better than 17. But you want that damage reduction for difficult events. And then you look at some of the teams he's on, right? Like Realm of Gods, Final Trump Card, Universal Survival Saga. You run God Toppo on those teams. Like, he's really good. So, God Toppo is definitely... I guess, but at the same time, I'm really thinking about it. These teams right here are not teams that, like, free-to-play players, you're not going to struggle to build these teams, right? Maybe going with the gift cards, like filling out some pieces for teams that aren't your best could be a good idea. But God Toppo, I mean, these are already the best teams in the game right here, right? Like, no one is going to struggle to build a Realm of Gods team. That's not going to happen, right? Like, all of the blue fusions and the Super Saiyan Blues and stuff like that, and Rosés and all that, like, people aren't going to struggle for those, so that's something to keep in mind. But God Toppo is a great pick. Chi-Chi, you skip her. Trunks, no. This Majin Vegeta is another really good option. He's very, very powerful. I've used him in a couple of, like, strong, like, Super Battle Road attempts. I do like this Vegeta a lot, and he's very impressive at Link level 10 as well. This Piccolo, all right. Now, for global players, you want to make sure to get this Piccolo's EZA done. I want to add this in here right now for the Lord Slug EZA area. That's super important for that LR Goku Prime Battle EZA. This Piccolo is your best option as a leader in that Lord Slug EZA, so you want to keep an eye on that. Get that Piccolo's EZA done. Physical Fat Boo actually is... Man, he's right up there as potentially one of the best options you could select here. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this guy's EZA is, like, really, really ultra powerful. And his EZA is coming out this celebration, right? Yeah, here we go. November 23rd. Fat Boo gets his EZA. This guy is great. Great. Especially he's on 500 million teams, right? Like, Artificial Life Form. He's going to work great on, like, LR Bootanks' team and stuff like that. All he has to do is get hit 3 times. He gets his full passive. Raises attack on super attack. He does have this healing ability as well. This Fat Boo is a very, very strong option Going into the worldwide download celebration, it's funny. I was like, yeah, I think the 2 best Boo units in the game are Physical Fat Boo and then Tech Buff Boo. Like, the easy A's for those units were very, very good. So he is a good option. Physical Ultimate Gohan, no. This Super Saiyan Goku, I'd avoid him as well. This guy's a good support type unit after he's easy 8, but that's another one I would say definitely skip. This Spirit Bomb Goku is ass. Ignore him. This Vegeta sucks. Ignore him. This Gotenks is very, very good. He could be a decent option, but I'd probably say skip. Champa is just a support for Universe 6. I would say no. This guy's a support, but I'd probably skip him. Bulma, no. Kaoken Goku, no. Bergamo is really good, but, like, again, it's for, like, Universal Survival Saga. Is the main spot to run him in, and it's like, that's not a team people are going to struggle to build, right? He is good for Giant, though, and he is also on Siblings Bond. Alright, Kale. So, Kale, again, just like that Caulifla and how crazy good she is, I mean, this Kale is another one that's really strong. And again, I would expect her to get her Easy in 2020. She does ridiculous damage, and she has 60% damage reduction. So I think in the right situation, she could take a lot of damage. And then past turn 6, you have to get 6 physical key spheres. Or starting from turn 7 to have her damage reduction. That's going to be tough. So she basically is going to have no defense starting from turn 7, more or less, right? But, like, for shorter events, she could do a lot of damage very quickly. 160% attack, and then she has a 70% chance to do a second super attack. What's her attack stat at? Just under 17k. That's good. So, yeah, this Kale will be able to rack up a lot of damage. She potentially could be a decent option to go for. Chi-Chi, I'd ignore. Kefla, honestly, I would probably say ignore. Kefla's good, but I don't know that you want to grab her. This Scouter Vegeta is nice. He's a defensive stacker as well. GT Freeze you want to ignore, and then this 17 you probably want to ignore as well. So, I don't know. Honestly, I would say the gift card selection is definitely a bit weaker, I feel, than maybe in years past. Like, I look at a lot of these options. I think Physical Fat Boo is really good. I think AGL Caulifla is a good option. God Toppo is a great option. I think the Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta, that STR module Vegeta are good options. Honestly, Skinny Boo, I feel like Skinny Boo is really big up there. Skinny Boo is so good after his Dokkan Awakening. Again, Caulifla is really good. So let me know what you guys think. There's a lot of characters here. Remember, you can get 2 extra gift cards from the Purunga Dragon Balls if you want. Let me know which ones you guys decide to do. Again, the characters like Skinny Boo, I think is really good. Caulifla, God Toppo. I guess you could go the Trunks and Goten. I mean, you're definitely going to get a lot of use out of them. Like, there is a lot of firepower in here, but most of these units are good, I would say, after Easy A's, too. So, you do have to make sure that you're able to get the Easy A's done before some of them are really, really good. Like, this Physical Fat Boo sucks. And then you Easy A him, and he's an amazing unit, right? So, you want to keep those things in mind. So, let me know which units you guys decide to go for with the gift card selection. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll go ahead and catch y'all next time.